Hey guys, welcome back to another video in the series Coding in R using ChatGPT. And last video we covered matrices, a two-dimensional data structure consisting of rows and columns. We often store data in matrices and do operations when doing statistics and psychological research. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about data frames, which are also a two-dimensional data structure, essentially analogous to a matrix, but then they're just a bit more flexible, and data frames are the standard way in which psychologists in the psychological sciences do data analysis using R. So, for example, let's just illustrate with a use case. So data, if we have a matrix here with, let's say, participant reaction times, for example, but then what if the first row we wanted to, name people? Henry, Carol, let's see, Raymond, right? All of a sudden, all of our numbers have turned into what we call strings, and we can tell they're strings or character strings because there's quotations around them. And this is just one of the many ways in which matrices are less flexible. They can only handle one data type, so strings or numbers, whereas data frames can handle participant IDs, names, dates, and different things, as long as each column kind of represents a single data type, which is fairly important to understand. Then that's why we kind of move on with data frames. So survey data has participant IDs. Experimental ID data has different columns for different conditions and response times. We need columns for demographics, age, gender, and other participant information. So then let's see here. Let's dive into a simple example. Data, and then we can use the data.frame function. Participant equals C, P1, P2, P3. So now we have 3 participants in this case. We can talk about their age. So 25, 30, and 28. You can see these are numbers now. We can say their group is the control, treatment, control. I think that's probably what it says. Yes. Score is, let's say, maybe this is even their midterm score. So 85.5, 90.3, 88.2. And then there we go. And then print data. So all of a sudden, this looks a little bit nicer, right? This looks a little bit nicer than a matrix. We have characters, we have variable names, we have row numbers, and all that. So data frames are really what we use to store data and to analyze data. So again, ChatGPT kind of recaps it well for us. Matrices are kind of strict grids. We do computations on them. Data frames are flexible tables like an Excel spreadsheet. They have column names. They can take in different data types. Oftentimes, when I have a data frame, I use the str function, the structure, and then we can see that this data frame has 3 observations, 4 variables. Right? That's observations is the number of rows. Number of variables is the number of columns, and then we can see that the participant variable is a character string, consists of character strings. Age is a numerical variable. Group is a character string in this case, and then scores are numbers as well. So data frames are just more flexible forms of matrices, whereas matrices are more rigid, just one data type, and R likes to work with data frames, at least in the psychological sciences.